I saw you close your bedroom door and collapse on the floor. I saw you stare at your phone, waiting for a message that never arrived. I saw you pretend to be okay in front of everyone, but inside, your heart was bleeding. That person who promised to stay forever is gone, and took with them pieces of you you thought you'd never get back. But today I enter this room with you. Today I touch that wound you thought would never heal. Because there's a truth you need to hear. Human love may have failed you, but my love for you is eternal, unshakable, and is about to heal every scar you carry on your chest. How many sleepless nights have you spent replaying every word spoken, every broken promise? How many times have you wondered what you did wrong? Why weren't you enough? Why wasn't love strong enough to overcome the obstacles? I know you still keep those hidden photos, that you still read old conversations trying to understand where everything fell apart. I know there are days when longing is so overwhelming you can barely breathe. But what if I told you this pain has a purpose? What if I revealed to you that through this wound, I am preparing something extraordinary for your life? It's no coincidence that you found this message today. I orchestrated every detail so that at this very moment, we could have this conversation. Because the time has come to heal what was broken, to restore what was lost, to renew your capacity to love and be loved. If this word is already touching your heart, subscribe to this channel now and confirm with your comment, Lord, I am here. I subscribed because I love you and want to hear you. And tell me from which country and city you are watching, for I want to know each one who seeks healing through my voice. Stay with me until the end, because a word will be whispered to your heart, and when you write it down, the doors of healing will open wide. Your restoration begins now. The wound that no one sees. There's a pain you carry that no one can see. You smile throughout the day, fulfill your obligations and say everything's fine when asked. But I see beyond the mask. I see that emptiness that has taken over your chest since love left. I see how you avoid places that bring back memories, how you change music when that song starts playing, how your heart races when you see someone similar on the street. This invisible wound is real, and I don't ignore it. Every tear you shed when no one is looking, I collect. Every sigh of pain you release in the silence of the night, I hear. Every piece of your heart that was broken, I know. Do you remember the first moment your heart broke? Maybe it was a cold message, a sudden silence, a conversation that changed everything. The world kept spinning, but yours stopped in that instant. The people around you went on with their lives, but you remained trapped in that moment, reliving every detail, searching for signs you missed, trying to understand how forever turned into never again. And the worst part wasn't just losing that person. It was losing the version of yourself that existed in that love. It was losing the dreams you built, the plans you made, the future you imagined. It was discovering that you can give your all and still not be enough for someone to stay. But I want you to know something crucial. This wound does not define you. It is not your identity. You are not the abandoned, rejected, or replaced person. You are my beloved creation, my precious treasure, and I have watched every step of your journey. I know there are days when the pain is so intense you think it will never go away. Days when you question if you will ever feel genuine joy again, if you will be able to trust again, if your heart will have the courage to open itself again. I understand your fear. I understand why you have built walls around your heart. I understand why you now keep your distance, why you protect yourself, why you prefer solitude to the risk of suffering again. But today, I begin to work on this wound. Today, I begin the healing process that will transform your pain into purpose, your sadness into wisdom, your mourning into dance. It won't be instantaneous, but it will be complete. It won't be easy, but it will be liberating. Because when I heal, I don't leave painful scars. When I restore, I make all things new, and this wound that seems so deep today will become the place where my love flows most intensely. If this word is reaching the depths of your soul, let your heart speak in the comments, "Heal me, Lord." And if you know someone who needs this healing, share this video as an act of love. What secret wound do you carry that needs my touch today? The weight of silence on your chest. The silence after a breakup hurts more than 1,000 harsh words. That phone that no longer rings, those good morning messages that never arrive, that voice you don't hear, that laughter you don't share. Silence has become your constant companion, filling the spaces once occupied by conversations, plans, and promises. I know what it's like to wake up hoping it was all a nightmare, pick up the phone and realize there's nothing there, that the person who was your world now lives as if you never existed. This deafening silence echoes in the empty corridors of your heart, constantly reminding you of what you've lost. How many times have you wanted to break this silence? How many messages have you written and deleted? How many calls have you almost made? I've seen every internal battle between your pride and your heart, between the reason that tells you to move on and the love that insists on waiting. I've seen you struggle to block that person on social media, and also when you returned just to see how they were doing. I've seen the pain of discovering that their life went on, that new smiles have emerged, that your absence didn't have the impact you'd hoped. And that hurt more than the separation itself, didn't it? Discovering that you were replaceable, that your place could be filled, that eternal love had an expiration date. But let me reveal a secret to you about this silence. It is not emptiness, it is preparation. In the silence, I am working. In the void, I am creating space for something new. In this period of forced stillness, I am teaching you to hear my voice above all others. I am showing you that your identity did not depend on that person, that your value did not diminish with their departure, that your capacity to love and be loved remains intact. The silence that torments you today is the same silence where the greatest miracles are gestated. It is in silence that the seed germinates before breaking the earth. It is in silence that the butterfly forms within the cocoon. It is in silence that I prepare your greatest victories. This message isn't just words of comfort. It's a prophetic declaration about your future. The silence is about to be broken, but not in the way you expect. It won't be that person returning. It will be something much greater. It will be the sound of your own voice rediscovering joy. It will be the sound of new laughter filling your life. It will be the sound of opportunities you couldn't see while your eyes were fixed on the past. It will be the sound of abundance and prosperity flowing into areas that were blocked by pain. Anyone who contributes any amount and with a sincere heart, don't forget to leave your name and city with your contribution, because on the first day of the following month, in a unique and special video on the Voice of God, Heals Diseases of the Soul channel, your name will be remembered, mentioned in gratitude, and showered with divine blessings released in prayer. If possible, and only if possible, contribute with love using the thank you button. The amount doesn't matter. What matters is the heart with which you give. For it is written, each one should give as they have decided in their heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, and none of them will fail to bear fruit. I see in secret, and I reward in plain sight. Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. If the weight of this silence has been your companion, write in the comments, transform my silence into song. And remember, this moment of stillness is the eve of your greatest testimony. The tears you hide from everyone. How many times have you pretended to be busy when you were actually crying? How many times have you said it was allergies when your eyes were red from crying? I know every tear you shed in the shower so no one could hear your sobs. I know every wet pillow, every moment you had to run from a place because emotion overwhelmed you. Those tears you hide are not a sign of weakness. They are proof that you truly loved, that you gave your heart completely, that you were authentic in a world that teaches you to protect yourself. I count each of these tears. Not one falls without me seeing, and I want you to know that you are not crying alone. In every moment of pain, I am there with you. When you lock yourself in your room and let the pain flow, I am there. When you drive alone and tears blur your vision, I am there. When you look at old photos and your heart aches, I am there. Not as a distant observer, but as the one who feels every pang right along with you, because when my children suffer, I suffer. When your heart bleeds, mine bleeds too. Your pain is not indifferent to me. But there's something powerful happening through these tears. Each one is washing away old wounds, not just from this relationship, but from a lifetime of accumulated disappointments. These tears are the cleansing process that precedes complete healing. They're like the rain that prepares the land for a new harvest. And I promise the same amount of tears you shed will be the same amount of joy you receive. Where there was weeping, there will be laughter. Where there was lamentation, there will be celebration. Where there was loss, there will be multiplied gain. I know there are times when you think the tears will never stop, that you'll wake up forever with this weight on your chest, with this longing that grips you, with this emptiness that nothing fills. But I want to prophesy about your life. The day is coming when you'll wake up and realize it didn't hurt, that you managed to get through the whole day without remembering, that you smiled genuinely, effortlessly. That day is closer than you think, because my specialty is transforming valleys of tears into springs of living water. My specialty is making gardens bloom where once were deserts. And when that day comes, you will understand that every tear had a purpose. That pain taught you compassion. That loss taught you valor. That abandonment taught you about my unconditional love. You will discover that you have become stronger, wiser, more prepared to receive the extraordinary blessings I have in store for you. Blessings of prosperity that will surpass your expectations, relationships that will bring peace instead of torment, achievements you never dared dream of while trapped in the past. If you allow me to wipe away your tears today, declare in the comments, "I receive your consolation." Share this message with someone who also needs to know that their tears are not in vain. In what area of your life do you need me to transform your tears into joy? The broken promise that marked you forever. I will never leave you. You are the love of my life. Those words still echo in your mind, don't they? Promises that seemed so sincere, vows that seemed unbreakable, plans that seemed certain. The betrayal wasn't just of the person, it was of the very hope you placed in those words. Now every "I love you" sounds like a potential lie. Every future promise carries the shadow of the one that was broken. The wound isn't just in what you lost, it's in the difficulty of believing again. I understand why your heart closed. I understand why you now question every beautiful word, why you look for ulterior motives, why you protect yourself even before danger. That broken promise didn't just hurt your heart, it hurt your ability to trust. And that's one of the deepest pains anyone can carry. Living afraid to believe, afraid to hope, terrified to surrender. It's like living in a prison built by disappointment, where you yourself have become the jailer. But let me show you a liberating truth. That person didn't have the power to fulfill the promise of forever, because forever belongs only to me. Human love, no matter how intense, is limited, flawed, subject to change. But my love for you, that is eternal, immutable, unconditional. I will never promise something I can't fulfill. I will never abandon you halfway. I will never trade you for something better. In me, you will find the forever you were looking for in the wrong place. And as for that broken promise, it wasn't the end of your story. It was a necessary redirection. If that person had stayed, you wouldn't be here today, about to enter the most prosperous phase of your life. If that relationship had continued, the doors I'm opening now would remain closed. Sometimes I allow human promises to be broken so that my divine promises can be fulfilled in your life. And my promises include complete restoration, multiplication of what was lost, and a future that will surpass your past in every way. Soon you will understand that the broken promise was actually a deliverance, that the end of that chapter was necessary for the beginning of the next, that you needed to be free to receive what I have prepared. And when the blessings begin to flow, and they will flow abundantly, you will look back and be grateful even for the pain, because it brought you here to me, to your true purpose. If you are ready to exchange broken promises for my eternal promises, write, "I trust in your promises." Tag someone who needs a reminder that broken promises are not the end, they are new beginnings. Which promise of mine do you want me to confirm in your life today? My hand over your pain. Now at this very moment I place my hand upon your wounded heart. Do you feel it? It's that inexplicable warmth that begins to fill your chest as you read these words. It's that feeling that you're not alone, that something greater is happening. My hand isn't there just to comfort, it's there to operate. Like a divine surgeon, I'm removing the shards of disappointment that have been embedded. I'm suturing the wounds you couldn't even look at. I'm restoring emotional tissue you thought was dead forever. Some of you will feel intense emotion now. Tears may begin to flow, but this time they are different. They are not tears of pain, but tears of liberation. It is your body releasing trapped emotional toxins. It is your soul recognizing the Creator's touch. Others will feel an inexplicable peace, as if a weight of tons had been lifted from their shoulders. Still others will feel a new energy, a sudden desire to begin again, to live, to dream again. All these are signs that my hand is at work. But my touch goes beyond emotional healing. As I heal your heart, I am also reorganizing your life. Doors that were closed will begin to open. Opportunities for prosperity you couldn't see will appear out of nowhere. The right people will enter your life at the right time. Dormant talents will awaken. Abandoned dreams will resurface with renewed strength. Because when I place my hand on someone, I don't just touch one area. I transform their entire life. Your career, your finances, your health, your relationships, everything will be positively impacted by this moment of healing. I want you to do something now. Place your hand over your heart. Feel the beats. Each one is proof that you survived. Each pulse is a reminder that there is still life, still purpose, still a future. This heart beating in your chest is not broken. It is being strengthened. It is not destroyed, it is being rebuilt. It is not dead, it is more alive than ever. And soon it will love again, but this time with wisdom. It will trust again, but with discernment. It will dream again, but with its feet firmly planted in me. From today on, declare over yourself, I am healed by the divine touch. I am restored by eternal love. I am renewed to live in fullness. For my hand upon your life is the guarantee that the best is yet to come. The riches of the Spirit and the earth will flow to you. Abundance will be your portion. Joy will be your hallmark. Love will once again be your experience, but now grounded in my eternal truth. Do you feel my hand at work? Then confirm in the comments, your hand heals me now. Send this message to someone who needs to feel my restorative touch. Where else do you need my hand to work in your life besides your heart, the love that never left you? While you wept for the one who left, I was there. While you felt abandoned, rejected, discarded, I remained. Not for a moment did I leave you. Not for a second did I abandon you. When everyone else left, I stayed. When the lights went out, I continued to shine for you. When the world fell apart, I was your solid ground. Human love has failed, but my love for you has never failed and never will. This is the love that doesn't depend on your performance, that doesn't diminish with your mistakes, that doesn't tire of your weaknesses. Do you remember when you were a child and believed anything was possible? When your heart was pure and trusting, I was there loving you. Do you remember your adolescence with all its insecurities and discoveries? I was there loving you. In your first love, your first kiss, your first disappointment, I was there. In every failed relationship, in every failed attempt, in every hopeful new beginning, I never left your side. My love for you preceded all other loves and will remain when all others cease. But my love is not passive. It is an active love that is constantly working on your behalf. While you sleep, I prepare your paths. While you work, I open doors. While you suffer, I plan your victory. My love is now moving circumstances, connecting destinies, preparing encounters, organizing blessings. What seems like coincidence is my love in action. That unexpected opportunity is my love manifesting. That provision at the precise moment is my love caring for you. And this love has specific plans for your love life. Yes, you will love again, but this time it will be different. Because now you know my love first. Now your identity is grounded in me, not in another human being. Now you know the difference between need and choice. The next love that enters your life will not be to fill a void, because I have already filled that void. It will be to add, multiply, and share the fullness you already possess. It will be someone who also knows my love, and therefore will know how to love you correctly. Until then, let my love be enough. Let me be your first love, your primary source, your safe haven. Rest in me. Trust in me. Because my love for you includes plans of prosperity your eyes have not yet seen. It includes achievements your mind has not yet conceived. It includes an abundant life in every area. My love is about to overflow into your life in ways that will surprise you. Prepare to be loved like you've never been, cared for like you've always deserved, valued like you've always been. If you recognize that my love has never abandoned you, declare, I am loved forever. It shares with someone who needs to remember that they were never alone. How has my love manifested in your life, even amidst pain? Your healing has already begun. You may not realize it yet, but something changed as you read these words. The pain that seemed permanent no longer has the same intensity. The weight you carried is no longer so crushing. The bleeding wound has already begun to heal. Your healing is not something that will happen in the future. It is happening now, this very moment. Every word you read was a balm. Every truth you received was a medicine. Every promise you believed was a dose of restoration. In the coming days, you will notice subtle but powerful changes. You will wake up feeling more energetic. Your thoughts will be clearer. Decisions that seemed impossible will become obvious. Paths that were blocked will open naturally. Toxic people will walk away without conflict. Opportunities aligned with your purpose will arise. Your creativity will flow. Your productivity will increase. Your vital energy will return. These are the symptoms of healing manifesting in all areas of your life. But the greatest evidence of your healing will be internal. That critical voice that constantly condemned you will begin to silence. That obsessive comparison with others will cease. That need for external approval will diminish. In its place will emerge a solid confidence, an unshakable peace, a joy regardless of the circumstances. You will discover that you can be alone without feeling lonely, that you can see happy couples without feeling envious, that you can listen to that music without falling apart, that you can walk past that place without your heart racing. And then the day will come, and it is near, when you will realize you are completely healed. It won't be dramatic. It will be in an ordinary moment, doing something every day, when you will suddenly realize, I'm okay, I'm truly okay. And not just okay, you will be better than before, stronger, wiser, more whole, with an increased capacity to love and be loved, with a clear vision of your worth and purpose, with a deep connection with me that no storm can shake. This healing that began in your heart will extend to your finances, multiplying resources and opening sources of income. It will manifest in your health, renewing your vigor and energy. It will reach your relationships, attracting people who unite and build you up. It will impact your career, elevating you to positions of influence and prosperity. Because when I heal, I don't do it halfway. I do it completely, abundantly, and overflowing. Your healing has already begun and nothing can stop it now. Confirm it by receiving this word. My healing is in process. Send it to someone who needs to know that the healing has already begun. What evidence of healing can you already see in your life? The new chapter of your story. This is not the end. It is the most glorious beginning you could ever imagine. The chapter that closed was merely the preface to the extraordinary book I am writing with your life. The next pages will be so surprising that they will make the past seem like a necessary draft for the masterpiece that is being revealed. Everything you have experienced thus far, the joy and pain, the love and loss, the hope and disappointment, was preparation for what is about to happen. I see your future and it is bright. I see you laughing like you haven't laughed in a long time. I see you realizing dreams you've abandoned. I see you in places you never imagined. I see prosperity flowing toward you from multiple sources. I see healthy relationships surrounding you. I see your purpose being fulfilled in ways that will impact generations. I see you sharing your story not as a victim, but as a victor. I see people being healed through your testimony, finding hope in your overcoming. The new chapter includes discoveries about yourself that were hidden by pain. Talents you didn't know you possessed will emerge. Strengths you never knew you had will manifest. Opportunities that seemed impossible will become reality. Divine connections will happen in perfect timing. Everything the enemy tried to destroy, I will restore, multiplied. Where there was shame, there will be honor. Where there was scarcity, there will be abundance. Where there was rejection, there will be celebration. And yes, love will return to your story, but not as before. It will be a mature, conscious love, grounded in eternal values. Someone who will see in you what others missed, who will value what others disregarded, who will care for what others hurt. But until then, and even after, your main romance will be with me. Our love story will be the foundation for all other stories. Our connection will be the source from which all true love in your life will flow. Prepare yourself, because the pages of this new chapter will fill quickly. Events will accelerate. Changes will be evident. The blessings will be undeniable. In a year, you will look back and barely recognize who you were today. Your transformation will be so complete that it will inspire everyone around you. Your life will be living proof that I transform valleys into mountains, deserts into gardens, endings into glorious new beginnings. The new chapter of your life begins with this declaration in the comments. My new chapter begins today. Tag someone who needs to know that their story is far from over. What title would you give this new chapter of your life? The wound in your heart has been my priority from the moment it happened. Every tear you shed, I counted. Every sleepless night, I watched with you. Every moment of despair, I sustained you when you didn't even realize it. And now, we've reached the turning point. The healing we begin today isn't temporary, it's eternal. The restoration that has begun is irreversible. The love I declared for you is irrevocable. Your story of pain now transforms into a testimony of overcoming. Where there was lament, there will be praise. Where there was loss, there will be multiplied gain. The seeds of prosperity have already been planted in your field. The harvest will be abundant and surprising. Doors closed for years will open. Important connections will occur. Resources will flow from unexpected sources. Your health will be renewed. Your mind will be restored. Your spirit will be strengthened. And all of this doesn't depend on anyone returning, on nothing being the same. It depends solely on our connection, our relationship, our eternal alliance. The best of your life isn't in the past. It's being prepared for the days ahead. Carry this message in your heart. Return to it whenever the pain tries to return. Remember every promise, every healing word, every declaration of love. And most of all, remember that you are not alone. You never have been. You never will be. My love for you is the only constant in a life of fluctuations. My presence is your guarantee of victory. My word over your life will be fulfilled. The wound is healed, the heart is restored, the future is assured. Love will once again be your reality, but now grounded in the eternal truth of who you are in me. Before you leave, seal this moment by writing your declaration of faith and love in the comments. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This is your new truth, your new reality, your new foundation. Share this message with as many wounded hearts as you can, for many wounded hearts need this healing. Subscribe and turn on notifications, for tomorrow I will bring new words of edification and prosperity. Your healing continues, your restoration advances, your miracle is already in motion. Go in peace, fully healed, completely loved, fully restored. Your heart will never be the same. It will be much better.